Welcome to my miniature world, and today I am going to be working on the Brooke Tucker room box. Now I understand why my friend dropped it off for me to finish, because it's up to a very tricky part. Now I had a bit of trouble with my, she didn't do this and I don't know why, because you have to drill the holes in this top board and you've got to fit these little spindles in the holes without falling out the bottom board. But I finally managed to do it. And it had to be the right height, because the next piece of the puzzle is this framework, which I'll have to hold against something so you can see it. And so this is the framework that's got to sit on top of the rail with the spindles on it, and it's got to sit up against the roof and the walls, and it's got to be glued in place. And the only way I'm going to be able to do this is if I turn the whole thing upside down and use gravity to hold everything in place while I'm gluing. So this is what I'm about to do, and so Roger has to keep very close eye on me so I don't go out of shot. So I'm going to try and be kind to myself and not make too much of a move, because I've hurt my back. But I want to get it so that I can I have to do it upside down, because it's got to sit hard up against the ceiling. Oh, now we find out what's loose, but no, that was just a bit of scrap wood. That's good. So now I'm going to be working on my Brooke Tucker room box upside down, and I shall come back with something else later. But before I go, I'd like to tell you that this morning a lady dropped off a Balinese Spirit House for me to repair, because it's been old and it's starting to fall apart. So I'm going to show you that a little bit later as well. So I've got something totally different to do this afternoon. With a bit of fiddling around, I have got the screen in place. I've had to cut a little notch in the moulding on the side for it to sit down, and I had put a piece of painted moulding across the bottom. Now you can see I've got a break in the middle, and that is because this has been laser cut wood and it's very brittle. It's quite old. And that was supported a little bit by a wooden frame, but down here was very vulnerable. So I've decided I would fix that by putting a little centerpiece in the middle. So the room box is back on its right side again, and I have strengthened that middle part of that fretwork with a little piece of moulding. Just trying to get the right angle so you can see it better, but anyway, it's going to give that a bit more strength. That's where most of the pressure has been. And then coming back, I think I haven't quite got rid of the mould spots on the wall. I've just given it another dose of hydrogen peroxide, and I'm hoping that it'll dry better. And that's all the structural stuff, apart from painting the outside and then sorting out the wiring. So I'm really pleased with that. And now I'm going to show you my spirit house that I'll be working on. Okay, so now here's the spirit house. It's got a few things missing off it, and I'll have to glue them and pin them in place again. So these little houses sit on poles in the compounds or the housing village areas of the Balinese, and they usually in the mornings give a little offering in the doorway to appease the spirit of the place that will be looking after them. And it's kind of a lovely, serene first chore of the day, really. I often see the ladies, or I used to see them when I was visiting, walking out very gracefully, holding something very nicely prepared, and they would put a little plate in this doorway. So it's been quite a privilege to be given this to fix, so I'm looking forward to doing it. I shall show you when it's finished. Well, I've had a pretty busy day, and it's been quite varied, but it's also got very cold and wet, and so now I'm inside in the warm, and I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow. So I hope that you found that interesting today, and I probably will continue in that vein in the next week or so, because I haven't got any big projects on, just little ones. So I shall see you tomorrow.